The 49ers have done the thing you can't do at the time you can't do it. They have paid Brock Purdy $265 million over 5 years in a contract extension. Now, Purdy gets 181 guaranteed. If Brock Purdy goes out, never throws another touchdown pass, and throws interception, fumbles, all that, he still gets $181 million. Total guaranteed money, $165.1 million in the first 3 years. It must be nice. And he is now under contract through the year 2030, which seems like it's a long way away, but it's already May of 2025. So let's deliberate on this. That's what we do here. We deliberate. So the question, who benefits the most? Who benefits the most from this deal? Is it the 49ers locking up their alleged, in air quotes, franchise quarterback, or is it Brock Purdy securing a long-term, massive amount of money that is guaranteed in that stability that you get? All right, so my observations on this. You've got a Leaf, the Booth, and the Overkill. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make some absolutely delicious garlic fries, which you can get in San Francisco. They know how to make those garlic fries there. Oh, man, so good. All right, so my first observation, some would say number one. Yeah. The arrow on this one is directed squarely in the corner of Brock Purdy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, I have no ill will against the player. There is this perception by people like Ernesto and Terry in England, the other big 49er apologists that listen to this show, many of them in Northern California, that I am anti-Brock Purdy. I have some ill will. I don't. I've never met Brock Purdy. I did see him once at the Super Bowl, and he looked like he was a sophomore in high school. But that's good for him. You know, Mazel Tov. Good. Congratulations on getting the big payday. Would I have done it? Absolutely not. I would not have done this. Now, as we mentioned in the Fifth Hour podcast over the weekend, the exclusive pod-only Fifth Hour that the company has me do over the weekend, this is great news for the LA Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Seattle Seahawks. This is a good weekend. All right? You picked up a win over the weekend because of nothing you did, but it's kind of like I tell people when they start out in broadcasting, much of your success will be because other people fail in front of you. And the 49ers have done that. They have made the mistake that you cannot do. To give $181 million guaranteed to a supporting actor, not a leading actor, a supporting actor masquerading as a leading actor is malfeasance is what it is. That's the word here. Purdy is not the straw that stirs the drink. You're supposed to be the straw that stirs the drink. Brock Purdy is not the straw. He is a leaf, not Ryan Leaf. He is just a leaf in the current. That is what Brock Purdy is in the NFL. He's a system guy. Now, you can have success with a system guy. There's a limit to it. In order to win a Super Bowl, everything else must be perfect. And if things are not perfect, you're screwed. Purdy's success is so tied, so handcuffed to Shanahan and the scheme of the offense to scheme up Brock Purdy and the talent around him, which last I checked is not nearly as good. And unless I'm mistaken, Brock Purdy does not elevate anyone, which is what the point of demarcation is to the players that you pay and those that you don't pay top dollar to. Brock Purdy's you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. That's not offensive. That's just reality. And it's been proven. When injuries started tearing away the elite talent the Niners had, McCaffrey got hurt last year, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, these guys were dinged up. Brock Purdy, like a vampire, exposed to sunlight. It did not go well, right? We saw the limitations, and the Niners still paid him. They still paid him, which tells you how dumb the 49ers are. Like, it's not like it was a secret. If I know, they know. So he proved our hypothesis was correct, and yet they still paid him. On what planet in the Milky Way does that make sense? Not this one. Not this one. Maybe some other planet. right? Across the board, the numbers dropped. Everything from the nerd stat, expected points added, was down. But if you go by the traditional stats, year to year, when Purdy had his guys and then when he didn't have his guys, his numbers year to year, he was down. Yards were down 35%. Touchdowns down 35%. Touchdowns down 35%. Yards were down 9.7%. Interceptions went up 9%. So you can do the math. That's a lot. That's a ton. That is a massive situation. But wait, there's more. The 49ers went 1-7 as they were free falling the tailspin, and Brock Purdy was not good enough to save them, right? He's not a good enough talent to elevate the secondary players that the Niners were playing, and they missed the playoffs, and so these are legitimate concerns that this guy was elevated by elite players, and he was deflated without those elite players. Now, it's not all bad news. Okay, I'll be positive. I'll be Benny Brightside for the 49er Marching and Chowder Society, because the Niners sucked so much last year that they have, going into this year, the easiest schedule in the NFL. The 49ers, based on strength of schedule from what had happened last year, are on easy street, which just is going to make it more agonizing, because what you're going to end up doing is push back the inevitable collapse, because you can do it with smoke and mirrors for a while, but eventually when you play better teams down the line, good luck. And so for a while, they'll be able to hide Brock Purdy, but man. Now, flipping the page. Page 2. So what does the timing of this announcement of the Brock Purdy contract tell us, if anything? So it absolutely tells us something. To me, it's a big part of the story here. And it's really confirmation that we are on the right side of the story with our take, all right? Because it is a trip to the booth. All right, it's a trip to the booth. It is the confessional booth. It's an admission. The 49ers have admitted they're not proud of this. They're not, right? There are factions of the franchise that obviously are ashamed. This is a massive overpay for a marginal talent, Brock Purdy. And my supporting evidence on that is the day it was announced. If you are proud of a move like this, you want to get full attention. You want everyone to talk about how great your franchise is and what a wonderful move this was. And how do you do that? Well, there's ways to do it. People that work in public relations know there's certain days of the week that get more attention than other days. The worst possible time to do something, the time, like in politics, if you want to announce bad news, or if you're a major corporation and you're going to lay off a bunch of people, what do you do it? When do you do it? You do it on the Friday news dump. Dump-de-dump-dump-dump. The Friday news dump. Take out the trash day is what they call it. The goal when you announce something on Friday is to downplay the media coverage. And you would do that in a contract announcement because you're ashamed of it. You're embarrassed of it. And I don't blame the Niners. I would be embarrassed too. I would be ashamed. And even in the age of social media, even in the age now where everyone's plugged in all the time and all that, news consumption, it is proven, is lower on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. People unplug. They unwind. Some people even go out and touch grass. Amazing. They get their feet in actual grass. They get out of their houses. It's amazing. Right? So on that, the prosecution rests. I don't know how you can fight that back. You don't make that announcement on Friday. You can make that announcement any day of the week. You announce it on Friday if you're the Niners, if you're embarrassed. And they're embarrassed. All right, now, final point. We also learned over the weekend that the Brock Purdy 6-year contract with the Niners comes with a no-trade clause. So is this a big deal, a little deal, or no deal that Brock Purdy has a no-trade clause? So this is no deal. It's certainly not a big deal. It's not a little deal. It's no deal. And the reason is it is a whoop-de-damn-do situation. All right? It's kind of like if you buy a car. You go down to the dealership, you buy the car, and the dealer will often throw in to try to sweeten the deal, they'll throw in some extras that sound enticing to get you to buy the car, but aren't necessary. And that's what this is. It's not necessary. The no trade clause is irrelevant. It's like those dealer accessories. It's like the floor mat or the cargo net in the car that you don't really need. A no trade clause is overkill. It's just overkill. And the reason why is because if you are a starting quarterback in the NFL, you're most likely not going to get traded. But if you are going to be traded, no one's going to acquire you unless you're fully invested in that team, unless you want to play for that team. Right? You don't want the dead wood. You cut the dead wood out of the team. So no one's going to trade for a guy like Brock Purdy unless Brock Purdy wants to leave and go play for that team. He's from Arizona. Maybe someday he wants to play for the Cardinals or something like that. And that would be the way it goes. But it's like you don't need to put it in. It's irrelevant. Now, if you're some offensive lineman or something like that or a different position, we can revisit that. But as a starting quarterback, it doesn't matter. It's like an extra add-on from the dealership to try to get you to buy the car. It doesn't mean anything.